Hello and good evening. I'm Cheryl D'Souza and you're watching Goa 365. Our headlines at the hour: Goa Tourism Department to outsource lifeguard personnel to private firms. There's still time for the Talegaon MLA Babush Montserrat to acquire cabinet berth, says GPCC President Sardinia. Are you at the risk of a heart attack? The Equestrian and Polo Association of Goa trains 14 students in horse riding at Pune. Those were our headlines. Now for the news in detail. The recent increase in deaths due to drowning on the beaches of Goa has led the Goa Tourism Department to consider outsourcing lifeguard jobs to a private company to keep watch on the 160 kilometers coastal belt of Goa in order to reduce the drowning deaths on the beaches.
And now we have come out with a total solution for this, and this season we are introducing it. We are in the process of outsourcing this work and giving a work order in the next 2-3 days.
Speaking to Goa 365, the Director of Tourism Department, Elvis Gomes, said that outsourcing would be carried out in 2 stages. First, from Baga Beach to Kalangut in North Goa, and second, from Velsau to Benauli in the south.
And something like a state-of-art system will be in place in 2 stretches, that is Baga to Sinkeri and Velsau to Benauli in the first instance, and thereafter it will be spread to the entire coast.
Mr. Combs said that the lifeguards would be equipped with latest technology so as to reduce the increasing number of deaths due to drowning on the beaches in the state.
Now this system will take care of the requirements in all perspectives. That is the equipment, the training, the safety, and even there will be 3 layers of security. The first layer, and then little in the sea, a second layer, and then maybe 5 kilometers away from the coast, a 3rd layer of security. This kind of security system is proposed.
Member of Parliament and Goa Pradesh Congress Committee President Francisco Sardinia requested the Union Railway Minister Lalu Prasad Yadav to consider his request to give 100% concession for those suffering from terminal sickness and 50% concession for those accompanying the patient while travelling by railway.
In my budget, I said now people who go for terminal sicknesses to Bombay, I said they should be given free. And one person accompanying them should be given that 50% ticket.
Briefing media persons, Mr. Sardinia, replying to the questions asked by journalists about the recent increase in the number of agitations across the state against the big real estate projects, said that the government would take an appropriate decision on this issue.
So now people, they are opposing because they don't want, they say first of all you make arrangement for water supply. Now they say roads will be saturated. They are not opposing houses. They are opposing projects where they are coming up with apartments. Everywhere.
So are you suggesting that government should take or decide a policy?
Now in view of this, surely government will take a decision in future because based on certain factors, government cannot stop giving them permission.
Reacting to the induction of Talegaon MLA Babush Montserrat in the Digambar Kamath government, Mr. Sardinia said that the decision to induct him is kept on hold.
This was being discussed earlier. Now because of the election, the whole thing has come to standstill.
Further speaking, he said inducting Babush is not a small decision, as one of the present MLAs would then have to step down.
Same thing is being discussed. Yes. Because there are many factors which you have to weigh. It's not a very small decision. Because when you take Babush, you have to drop somebody.
We'll spill into a commercial break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Mounting tension, galloping pollution, deteriorating dietary habits and sedentary lifestyles are contributing to an increasing number of people in their 20s and 30s experiencing the most dreaded phenomenon, heart attack. Dr. Anton Rosario Rodriguez throws light on this rising trend. According to the WHO, 60% of the world's cardiac patients will be an Indian by 2010, and by 2015, half the deaths in India are likely to be attributed to coronary heart disease. Dr. Rodrigues said that cases of heart attacks at a young age is a recent phenomenon.
Now, coronary artery disease is a common disease and the incidence is increasing day by day. In 1970s and 1980s, when we were medical students, there were hardly any cases of a person having a heart attack below 40 years, in 40s. We used to say, oh, this patient is young. Nowadays, you see many patients, 40s, 30s and even in 20s.
In spite of advancements in medical science, today's lifestyle is more a bane than a boon, at least as far as the health perspective goes. Adding to the burden is the ever-increasing demand and easy availability of fast foods that tickle the taste buds. Factors like these enhance heart attacks.
Now what happens normally is these factors enhance. If you see at this picture, this is the normal artery. Here there is thickening of the vessel. As you go further, you can see more thickening and the vessel is practically occluded here. This is called atherosclerotic plaque, and this when a plaque ruptures, for example, a blood clot may settle, may form, settle and occlude the vessel acutely, leading to heart attack. As you can see in this picture, this is a heart attack, this is another picture of heart attack.
The doctor further highlighted the four main causes that attribute to coronary heart disease.
Diabetes is an endocrine disease involving the pancreas, where there is deficient secretion of insulin or the insulin cannot be utilized properly. We call insulin resistance.
Diabetes is known to affect both the large vessels as well as the small blood vessels.
When the sugar levels goes up in diabetes, there are many other metabolic changes occurring in this type of patients, leading to atherosclerosis and narrowing of the vessels.
When it involves the large blood vessels, a heart attack can occur. Dr. Rodrigues highlighted on the fact that diabetes should be controlled or else it could lead to heart attacks.
Sugar levels must be regularly controlled.
Obesity is yet another monster responsible for heart diseases. Obesity is calculated as BMI or body mass index, which is a ratio of the weight to the height of an